Want to learn how to stop procrastinating? Watch this video for 6 tips on how to stay on task. Hi, I'm Harvey from Inspire. Stay tuned. How to stop procrastinating. You've been there before, you're sitting on your computer, you've got your to-do list of things that are priority and important to do in your day, but you're just sitting there scrolling and looking at Facebook or you're in your inbox and you know you're not doing anything. You're farting around, or what we call is faffing. So how do we stop procrastinating? Well, the first step is to think about what are the things that are taking your attention away. And this is a real challenge in modern day because we've got so many notifications in our world and they're so addictive. So before we go into the tips about procrastination, let me give you an understanding as to why these types of notifications are so addictive and how hard it is to break away from these habits. So how the human brain works is there's all sorts of chemicals that are going on. And when you're scrolling through Facebook, for instance, and you see something that excites you, whether it's a picture, whether it's a bit of juicy gossip or a bit of information like, wow, that sets off a chemical trigger in your brain that says, ooh, this information is good. And that's why it's so addictive for us to, constantly scroll. Have you ever had that feeling when you're on there, you're going, what am I even doing? There's nothing here, it's boring. They're saying the same crap, but we're still scrolling, all until we get to that last point that we remember looking at last night. Now the reason is because your brain associates the fact that one time you saw that really cool information, you saw something that made you feel good, and that's why it's addictively looking for that next fix. So it's really important when it comes to procrastination to realize that you're actually against human biology. We're addicted to these notifications that are around us. Now that you understand that, let's give you 2 tips to help you stop procrastinating and get you focused on your big tasks for the day. So here's 2 simple tips for eradicating procrastination from your life. Really, it comes from eradicating the notifications that have the tendency to distract you. And for me, that big thing is social media. So I'm probably getting 150 to 200 notifications or pings per day through Facebook and Instagram, and also from emails. So what you can do with Facebook is you can actually have an application that turns off your newsfeed. It's called a newsfeed eradicator. That means that if you have the tendency to, while you're in working, you put open another tab and you go to Facebook, it appears that there's nothing there in your newsfeed and your brain goes, oh well, nothing here to see today, and you close out and you get back to work. So that's playing on the fact that you know that something's going to be able to distract you. Now the other challenge, if you're not at your computer, is we've always got our mobile devices on us. So if things get really bad, if you want to stop procrastinating and take these notifications away from you, you might have to get to the point in your life where you either log out of these applications, or if it gets really bad, I'd probably recommend deleting them off your phone. Now, your trigger points for that might be at the end of the workday, or it might be at the end of the working week, any time that you want to have 100% focus about what you're doing. Probably the last little tip that I think about as well, if you don't want to go so far, is if you're going into focus mode and you don't want to procrastinate on these tasks, think about setting your phone to airplane mode. That means no phone calls will come through and no notifications will come through. And then you can reward yourself by turning it back on at the end of that job or end of that task and go, ooh, wonder what happened in that last 20 minutes. If you liked what you learned in today's video, feel free to start a conversation with us. Like this video, put a comment below, we keep an eye at it. Share your ideas, share your stories. If you've got a question, you can ask us and we'll answer it for you.